Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the French Tier 8 Premium Medium tank, the AP Amx 30. Now the AP Amx 30 is a tank that a lot of people probably earn through the contract that they had on a couple of weeks ago, because obviously the new contract now is the KV4 KTTS, which I'm trying to get some replays and stuff to put together a video for at the minute, because I was a bit late for this one, but the AP Amx 30, it's actually a pretty good tank. The gun handling can be a little bit troll, but on the whole, the mobility, brain, if you want to engage and work, that'd be nice. The mobility of the tank is really good. You get 65km/h top speed, and you do generally hit that, which is really good. The turret armor is pretty nice to use when you go hull down, and the fact is you can go hull down in this tank really quite easily because you have 11 degrees of gun depression, which is beautiful. So this tank is absolutely beautiful on a ridgeline. You got 2.1 second aim time, which is definitely a very nice thing for this tank. It means you can get the gun aimed in really quickly and then get your shot out before the enemy really start to focus getting the fire on you, which is definitely very good for the tank. Your .36 accuracy, like I say though, is a little bit troll at times. The gun can just decide, you know what, I'm going to miss that shot because I hate you. And that's that. But on the whole, it's pretty damn good. And obviously you can set it up with the crew and the commander to make it so that the gun is fantastic. And again, it just leaves it down to RNG sometimes, where the gun decides, nah, you know what, I could, but nah, I'm just going to miss that. And you go, come on, gun. But yeah, the mobility is nice, the turret armor is pretty good, the 11 degrees of gun depression is beautiful. Like I said, the gun handling can be a little bit troll, but you do have 232 penetration on the standard AP rounds, with 263 pen on the APCR rounds. It's the same gun that you get on the 5100 with that regard, with 300 damage, which again is very nice for a medium tank at this tier, and with a decent rate of fire as well that you're seeing here, which is what, on food boosted, about what, 6 and a bit seconds. We'll see it when it ends up popping up. 7 seconds. 7 seconds, 300 alpha is not too bad when you consider everything else in the tank. Add to that your hull armor. Okay, your hull armor is not actually that good, but hear me out. Batchat armor, and you go, what? Batchat armor? I'm always on about Batchat armor. It's armor that is actually technically really not very good, but because of just the angles, it just ricochets shots, and you've just seen that with that SU-101. We actually ricochet the SU-101 shell off the upper plate. That does happen, because that's just angles that this armor has. It does bounce shots that you feel it just doesn't have any right whatsoever to bounce, which, again, goes for the tank quite a lot. I just do enjoy this tank. It's just a very enjoyable French medium tank. I'm not a big fan of a fair few of the French mediums, the Barasque being one of the exclusions for that. But the AP Amx 30 is definitely a very fun tank to play. And yeah, you can have some pretty damn nice games with it. So what do I run in terms of a crew on the AP Amx 30? Well, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Camouflage Expertise, Muffled Shot, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun. The 3 gun perks to make sure that this gun is as good as possible, because like I say, it can be a little bit derpy, and I just want to take it as much as I can out of RNG's hands. The Camouflage Expertise and the Muffled Shot, because you do have fairly decent camo. It's not fantastic camo, but it's decent camo, and I do like to be able to buff that up if I can on a medium tank like this, because obviously the longer you stay unspotted, the more damage you can cause, the more havoc you can cause, and the longer you can keep your hit points to be able to keep going in the battle. And in terms of equipment, well, it does change every now and then, but again, it depends on how frustrated I get with this gun. It's basically where the mood takes me with it. And that is, I run the advanced loader, the gun stabilizer, and optics. Optics to be able to spot for myself, because you do have 308 meters view range, so you do want to help out if you can. Then I run the gun stabilizer to make sure that this gun, again, is as good as it can be, because it can be troll and frustrating. And then the advanced loader to make sure that my DPM is as good as possible. But obviously, again, it depends on the way the wind takes me, it depends on how I'm feeling with the tank, because I might drop the gun stabilizer occasionally to run the camo net to get way better camo, because if you do drop the stabilizer for a camo net, you do get it down to about 302 meters of still concealment. I think you can get it even lower than that with the commander with the, you know, the camo skill and stuff like that, which is definitely a nice asset for the tank once again, but it depends on how irritated you get with the gun. So it depends on which one you want to go for, pretty much. So this first game, we're on the AP Amx. We are top tier. We've managed nearly 4k damage, 810 assistance, and we are on Nominee Nom. And on Nominee Nom, we're just using our fantastic 11 degrees of gun depression here to keep trying to pressure this T-44, who ends up getting shot from behind by the TD, clearly goes, oh no you just didn't, and just gave up with trying to shoot me. So we get a nice shot into the T-44, and he gets shot down by the CC-67. The SU-130PM in the distance is actually spotted, and I'm thinking, can I get a shot at this guy? Not quite, because he's just behind the rocks, and we can't quite find the shot into him there, sadly. We did know that there was a medium tank somewhere on our right, but what we're going to do is we're going to go high onto this ridge line, because it might give us a good opportunity to shoot towards where their spawn was, or, sorry, where the spawn would normally be, and possibly any shots towards the left-hand side, but no one is currently actually lit up except for this Earthshaker. There's only 3 tanks left. There's a TD, the Earthshaker, and another tank somewhere. So we're going to try and angle ourselves so we can try and get a shot at this guy. As you can see, we do actually see that he is out in the open because he was this side of the big rock ledge, mountain, hill, whatever it is. It was basically on our side of it, so I wanted to get over this way as much as possible so I could see if I could get an angle, and thankfully we did manage to get the 2 shots in to get rid of him. So now we're just going to basically sweep that little area over there, because I was thinking, TD and a medium, where are they? Surely they're not at like B89, because artillery RTD may have spotted them, and we'd have probably spotted them trying to go along the AB line, maybe. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically cut off this J line. So I'm expecting possibly the tank to be sitting in the town. And we've not got very many hit points left. So I don't really want a chance getting caught out and then that thing blapping me, because that would not be a good time. So we're trying to be as cautious as possible. We're moving between the buildings and not going the fastest in the universe. We'll boost our view range with food to see if we spot anything in the distance. And in fact, the TD gets spotted on the ridge line attacking our TD, which is another CC-67. So we decide, okay, there's the TD. Let's get the shot into him. And just as we get there, sod's law, that's the timing for you. He ends up getting shut down. And there's only 1 medium tank left on the enemy team, so we're going to try our best to get there. But he's just got spotted at D9, and he's full health. It is a Leo. But I'm looking at it going, am I actually going to get there? I don't think I will, because we've got a TD and a medium tank running straight towards him, and that means that, well, the likelihood of me getting there to get damage is not very likely at all. As you can see, he's only got 25 hit points left. TD's charged in, and in fact the K91 version 2 manages to get rid of him. And we finished the game with a really nice total for the AP Amx30. We finished with 4 kills, 4.9k damage, 810 assistance, the ace tanker, the high caliber, the sniper medal, with 2068 base XP. A really great game there for the AP Amx30 on Nominee Nom. And yeah, it was just a really nice game, really. It's just, this tank is a lot of fun. I do enjoy it. It's one of the ones that's come out recently, and I've gone, yes, this is me. Because you have that turret armor, I mean, don't get me wrong, the turret armor isn't incredible. It's not something that you truly want to sit there on the ridgeline in front of tier 9s and 10s and then go, ha, lol, try and pen me, because you're not going to be that successful against those. But it's got enough armour that you can bounce tier 8s, you can bounce tier 7s, you can bounce tier 6s off of the turret armour, and you can even ricochet shells from the tier 9s and 10s. It's not an auto pen, which is what is definitely very nice. Then you've got the mobility to get about, to flank and spank really easily. The gun handling, like I say, is troll, but it's pretty decent. The DPM's pretty okay. The penetration's good. I mean, 232 pen on the standard AP is enough to pen most things you're going to face, and then 263 pen on the APCR is great for dealing with those tier 10s. And speaking of tier 10s, we are in a bottom tier lobby, which means that we are going to face some of these tier 10s. We get a nice shot there onto the Mauerbrecher. As you can see, it was during the Halloween time as well that I actually got this game, because we are on Grim Graveyard. And I did enjoy Grim Graveyard in the Matchmaker, to be fair, because I do like proc, but the extra little bits and bobs that are knocking around on Grim Graveyard just add that little extra dynamic to the gameplay, and it was definitely very, very nice, because there was little areas you could actually poke more than you could on standard proc, and yeah, again, it just the extra dynamic. All the crafty panthers knocking about blocked some of the sight lines, which made it again just a bit more interesting. It was a nice break, right, from some of the normal maps. I did enjoy Grim Graveyard. I definitely did. And you're going to see we enjoyed it from this gameplay, because this game is definitely a very, very nice game. We're up to 300 damage with 350 assistance, 850 blocked so far, because we bounced that 268 on our turret from the back, which was, yeah, a moment. We knew there was a tank up there, because like I say, we did bounce it. We go for the side shot on the machine there, and we do pen it, because yet again, if you shoot the machine on its tracks, basically, that went in. Fair play, RNG, fair play. Yeah, if you shoot a machine, no matter the angle, in its tracks, and you've obviously got a 100mm plus caliber gun, you will overmatch and track a machine, and a 30B, not a 30B, sorry, a 50B too. You will actually overmatch and pen it quite easily. They're very, very easy to pen in that regard. If one is charging at you, just shoot the tracks, because more than likely, you're probably going to blow the tracks off, and to add to that, you're probably also going to track it, which is always great. A Waffly 100 gets spotted at the back as well. It's like, oh, okay, that's a Waffly 100. That's dangerous. For the amount of times we've done some cheeky pokes so far in this game. We're up to 1,500 assistance, 1,600 damage, 2k assistance, make that now. And we are really playing this bowl area quite well. And obviously this is where the 11 degrees of gun depression comes into play quite nicely for the tank too. Because 11 degrees of gun depression means that we can just work this position so great. We go for the side shot there on the STRV-103B to try and track it, which we do. And then he ends up getting shot down, which feeds us some lovely assistance. The Wraiths popping over, so we get a shot through the Wraith's upper plate there. And it's the same as it is with proc. You've got to take every opportunity to take a shot. You don't want to linger on this ridgeline whatsoever, because if you linger, it gives everyone the ability to shoot you, and thus all of your hit points will disappear very, very quickly, and it won't go great for you. And obviously that's a sad, sad time. We go for a lower plate shot there on the Mauerbrecher, but we can't quite find it. We are still looking for more shots into him. The E75's popping up, but he ends up bouncing. We go for the Cupola shot, though, on the E75, and unfortunately, it doesn't quite go in. The 268 gets spotted at the back, but we can't quite see him because he is below the ridgeline. That E75 was still trying to angle for a shot at us. We end up getting shot by, I think, the Chrysler there through the side of the turret, and we're slowly starting to bleed hit points, which is never a good thing, because it's still 10-11. They're actually technically winning right now. So we do have to be very, very careful. We have to make sure that our hit points are going to go the distance. A T95 gets spotted at the back, which I am never penning with my standard AP. So we need premium APCR to be able to go through that guy. But he ends up getting unspotted, because naturally it's a T95. A T95 has pretty damn good camo. We end up lingering on the ridgeline a little bit too long there, and thankfully only our tracks take the shot. So we end up just about surviving the shot there from the whatever it was. I think it was actually the T95 that went for us. We're just looking at the lower plate possibly for a shot at the T95, because with 263 pen there's a chance we could go through that lower plate, but as you can see it is yellow-orange. It's a very slim chance just at this range. This is where the T95's armor is going to outdo our 263 pen, but we just have to try, and there we go. The shot does go through the lower plate, because naturally the lower plate on the T95 is a weak spot. If you can hit it, there's a chance you could kill it, and there we go. The second shot actually does fly through the lower plate of the T95, and we shut it down, because with the T95 you can shoot the plate underneath the gun, but you have to make sure you really hit the right spot, which generally, if you've got the the enhanced target info, you can actually find the spot where clearly it gets the colour changes to a point where you might be able to pen it, and then you've just got to chance it. But generally you need about 250, 260 pen to even have a chance of going through that weak spot on the T95. And generally I've better success rate of penning the lower plate than a Cupola on the T95, because the Cupola on the T95 is just very, very troll to pen, and it can be pretty irritating sometimes to have a go at it. So we're up to 3.3k damage with 4.1k assistance, and this is where I decide, okay, it's time. We're going to move in. The Panther 2 at the back got spotted. I want to get into a position where I can shoot the Paladin. But we do have to be careful, because the Paladin can kill us in one shot if he does look at us, and we are currently spotted, and yes, he does end up turning for us. We end up dodging a shot there from the hill, which could have quite easily killed us. And the Paladin ends up shutting down the machine. We get detected as we start popping over the ridgeline. Someone was looking at us, which means it was someone on the hill that was still looking at us, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not dying right now. We're at 3.3k damage with 4.1k assist. We've had a damn nice game. We're at, what, 7.4k combined? We're having a very, very good time here with the AP Amx, and I'm not about to let that good time end. So there's one tank left. It is the Dragon. There we go. He gets spotted just on the hill. And we're just going to try use our mobility to see if we can race to get there to get just a little bit more damage off him. Because that would be nice to just get one more shot at least. So we boost our reload with food and I go, you know what? This Dragon could kill me. I don't care. He's probably going to die to my team. Let's just chance it and get one more shot. Fortunately for me, he missed. And unfortunately for myself as well, we ended up missing the shot on his turret, and the machine shuts him down. So we don't quite get the shot into the Dragon. But we do finish the game with a really nice total there for the AP Amx 30. We finished with 1 kill, 3.3k damage, 4.2k assistance, ace tank of the Confederate, 2,066 base XP. A really nice game for the AP Amx 30 there in a bottom tier matchup on Grim Graveyard. Honestly, it's a pretty damn solid tank that I do very much enjoy. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success!